Hello everyone and welcome back to Football Manager 2023 and another part of this Newcastle series where we're basically at the end of the second season with the club and we're in a title race which is slowly beginning to slip away from us. Last time out we did manage to get a 2-1 victory over Chelsea thanks to an 85th minute winner from Nico Schlotterbeck. And that really did set us on the right trajectory to be able to hunt down Liverpool, who'd allowed the gap to drop to 3 points. But then we had a terrible time of it against Everton. We had a man sent off, Bruno Guimaraes, after 35 minutes, and then we still managed to take the lead through Alexander Isak near the hour mark. But then in a 6-minute period, Dele Alli scored twice and Dwight McNeil got one as well. I don't know where Dele Alli is coming from, but apparently he's now an excellent player once again. And he really caused us a lot of damage in the title race there. We managed to come back though against Arsenal. We went 2-0 up through Eric Garcia and Ben Brereton Diaz. Fabio Vieira got one back from a penalty. We could have had 3 or 4 in that game, so it was a reasonably comfortable victory. Although still annoying, we're not quite putting the ball in the back of the net as much as we should have. And then if we have a look at where that leaves us in the league table, you can see we are currently now 6 points behind Liverpool. Manchester City are closer to Liverpool than we are. They've got the 5-point gap there. But if we beat Liverpool today in this first match, then we do close that gap down to 3 points, and it is still all to play for in a 3-horse title race at the end of the season. Liverpool in their fixtures, because we've got some tricky ones to go, they've got us and then Arsenal away, which will be quite tough, but then Burnley at home. So we're hoping that Arsenal can really do us a favour to do that, and we would still need to beat Manchester United. So it'll be interesting to see. Obviously, if we lose this game against Liverpool, they move to 86 points, we stay on 77. The title race is officially over for us at that point. So hopefully we can get a win today against Liverpool and really set us up for this very excited 3-horse race at the end of the season. But if we allow Liverpool to win, then the title race is basically over for us and for Man City. So out there today, we're putting out a very strong team. Isak, Camavinga, Diaz and Cunha, then Willock, Højbjerg, Trippier, Niakate, Schlotterbeck, Botman and Pope. It is a classic Liverpool 11 with the addition of Jude Bellingham. It's one that you would expect to see even this season. So they really are just coasting on the players that they've relied on for years and years and years. So not massive refreshment going on at Liverpool in this series. But they're already in behind with Diego Jota, and Højbjerg just about gets that off the line. 15 seconds into this match and Liverpool have nearly scored already. That does not bode well as Trippier here has a throw in. He finds Isak, who's much further away from the goal than I would like. He's working his way back to the middle. Now Højbjerg. He's got room out on the right there if he keeps possession. And he sends it all the way back to Nick Pope there. Diogo Jota is lingering menacingly, but Højbjerg to Camavinga. Now Cunha slips it through and Isak is in. And Isak has given us the lead in front of the Kop. That must be onside. We really need that goal. And there it is. The goal is awarded. I did say I wanted Isak close to the goal and he moved back into the middle, but Camavinga there to Cunha, and look at that for a ball, just split Alexander-Arnold Gomez. Isak had Virgil van Dijk on toast and then he slotted it past Alisson, and that does close the gap at the top down to just 3 points. And I'm going to do something relatively controversial here and switch to a cautious mentality, because Liverpool are going to attack relentlessly for the rest of this game no matter what we do, and I would rather catch them on the break than them catch us on the break. So we'll see how this plays out. It seems to be nullifying their attack a little bit at the moment. We're actually edging them for possession, which has just switched over, but I can't imagine that happens very often. We also need to make sure we've got fresh players out there, so I will take that substitution on offer and bring Soumare on for Willock. But here's Botman. Plays it out wide towards Cunha. Mo Salah's got the ball. He tries to spin. Gomez to Salah. Now Thiago. Camavinga, do not get sent off. That is the last thing we need. Virgil van Dijk now working the ball down the left flank. They switch it for Mo Salah, who's in behind. He's held up, puts the ball across, and Jota there puts it over the bar. That would have been a devastating time to concede a goal. And hopefully we can survive to half-time. And Trippier Oh, God, why do we keep getting red cards at this point in the season? It's absolutely insane that the players are being so reckless. And just as in the Everton game, when it looked like we were starting to do well, we have now, right on the stroke of half-time, gone down to 10 men. I mean, this is so frustrating. We're going to be nearly men yet again at this rate, and we really, really, really just need to tighten up here. I might actually just go full turtle mode in a minute as Gomez charges forward. Obviously, if we concede right now, it's not going to matter, but here's Mo Salah back to Alexander-Arnold. Mo Salah again, he's got players across the box. He pulls it back to Alexander-Arnold, and just like that, we have conceded. That was, I think, inevitable that was going to happen. I cannot believe that Kieran Trippier, our captain, is the man that got sent off for a second yellow card 1 minute after half-time was meant to have already been brought to a conclusion. You can see Alexander-Arnold there just smash that one past Pope from the near post. We've got to go after another goal now and try and get the lead, because only a win is really worth anything for us. A 6-point gap with 2 games to go does nothing for us. And here's Robertson with a corner. It's cleared away. We've got to try and get a goal. I should have gone full turtle a bit quicker, and Robertson there just blasting one over the top. I mean, we've still got a chance here. It's a very small chance, but we do still have a chance. Can't make any more substitutions. What can we do? 35 minutes left to go. Can we get a victory here? The assistant manager is saying to go very defensive. As Cunha puts the ball in, and there's a header. It's on the line and it's cleared away. Oh, and Camavinga just clips Curtis Jones there to take the tactical foul, but it looked like we were very close to a goal then. This game really could go either way. Both teams desperate for a victory here. Liverpool don't want to allow Man City back in, and if we don't get the win, then our title race is over, and Curtis Jones just failing to get the ball in the back of the net there for Liverpool. We now need to go very attacking. This game is ending in a result either way as far as I'm concerned. Camavinga now back to Pope. Here's Botman. And Curtis Jones has stolen the ball. He's got Mehdi ahead of him and he finds him, but Botman gets across well. Now Alexander-Arnold pulls it across to Fabinho, and he's dragged that one wide of the post. Liverpool making the changes. They desperately want this second goal, but so do we. And here's Pope playing it to Schlotterbeck. Can we just get one more chance? Soumare to Qual. Now Isaac trying to play Qual back in, but Tsimikas has stolen it, and Luis Diaz has put that one wide of the post as well. They're shooting on sight, Liverpool, at the moment. I'm not sure that's the best way for them to try and get a goal. But there is not long left here. A couple of minutes of time, 4 minutes of added time. As the ball goes forward, comes down to Cunha. Now Gomez finds Diego Jota. Mehdi is through, and it's saved by Pope. Imagine if we scored now. It'd be absolutely crazy if we managed to get a goal. Here's Fabinho with a throw-in. Camavinga's intercepted it. He puts it over the top for Isaac. Cleared away. Camavinga to Cunha though. And again, Isaac just can't quite get his foot around the ball. And Bellingham is leading the counter for Liverpool. It's Tsimikas cutting in from the left flank. Now Diego Jota. And there it is. That's the goal that settles the title for me. A 93rd minute winner for Liverpool. I can't believe we were 1-0 up, nearly at half-time, and Trippier got sent off. But it's a remarkable achievement to push Liverpool as far as we have, not just in this game, but in the title race as well. Our first season back in the Champions League, proper pushes at the cup competitions as well. But that is a full-time whistle. We threw everything at that game to try and get the win, but unfortunately, we weren't able to do it, and we have now officially lost the Premier League title, and it looks like it's almost certainly going to go to Liverpool. So we have qualified for the Champions League, and that's good. You can see we've got £247 million to spend on players, which I will gladly do in the summer. And we will have another tilt at all of these competitions. But as it stands, we can no longer win the Premier League after that defeat. So I'll probably just skip ahead now and we'll go through the end of season summary rather than watch the United and Palace games, because they're now pretty much inconsequential. We've already qualified for the Champions League. We're pretty much guaranteed third. We could maybe get second with a couple of victories, but that seems unlikely. So I'll jump ahead now, finish off these two games, and we'll see how the end of season review looks. Well, we have reached the end of the season, and as you can see, unfortunately, the only trophy that we won this season was the Carabao Cup. I still think that was a big achievement, a big mark of progress, and the start of an era of silverware at St James's Park, but it would have been nice to add a bigger honour to the collection this season. You can see the new arrivals here, I think, were pretty successful. Mateus Cunha was a massive addition to the team, average rating 7.04. The fans loved him. Niakate for 30 million was another excellent signing, exactly what we needed in defence. Camavinga was a very, very good signing. I was just reading this here because it didn't seem to go down so well. I assumed it was because of the money, but apparently they don't think he's played well enough. I guess there is an argument in that with a 7.02 rating. Brahim Diaz was a very good signing as well for 30 million. Schlotterbeek was maybe a bit more expensive than we should have paid, but we did need a centre-back and he fit the bill. So I'm always ready to spend the money. Sessegnon was an excellent deal at 25 million, and then Højbjerg was also an excellent deal at 30 million. So pretty happy with that. We had a few players leave as well. A lot of the long-serving players. I know some of these wouldn't have been too popular, but you can see Callum Wilson not doing that well at Strasbourg. Maybe confirmation that was the right decision in selling him. I'm just having a look. Matt Ritchie now at Huddersfield. Kraft now at Everton. I think we got good money for him. Lascelles going, they weren't happy at that. He's also at Strasbourg. There's a few of them down at Strasbourg. Ryan Fraser was an excellent sale at 14.75. Dan Burn as well at 12 million, although the club disagreed with that. They think they could have got more money for a 32-year-old centre-back. And then Dubravka for 9.5 million was a pretty good one as well. So pretty happy with that. You can see at the end of the season, it didn't go that well. The Manchester United game was just the best summary of how our season has gone, because we ended up with 8 men on the pitch, 2 sent off very early on in the first half, straight red cards for both of them, and then we had an injury in the last 20 minutes, and somehow we still only lost 4-1. We managed to score with just 9 men on the pitch. And then we did beat Crystal Palace 2-0 at the end of this season as well, which was pretty good. And it meant that we finished 9 points behind Liverpool in the end. If we'd beaten Liverpool, that's a 6-point swing. There'd only have been 3 points in it. And really it was, the United and Everton defeats. If we'd won these 3 games, and if we had better discipline and less red cards, we would have won those 3 games, because the only correlation between all these green victories and these red ones is that there were red cards in these games. So we need to improve that discipline next season. The board are happy with second place. Champions League, disappointing to get knocked out by Real Madrid, but I think generally we can be happy with that. Disappointed to get knocked out in the 5th round there, but again, Man City knocking us out, and then very happy that we won the Carabao Cup. So I think that's a pretty good summary overall. Goal of the season went to Joe Linton. Biggest match was 2-0 against Napoli, 6-1 win against Villa, went down well as well. Club's finances are doing exceptionally well. We've got all this sponsorship money coming in now, broadcast money coming in as well. We've still got Champions League money coming in. So that's why we can spend as much money as we can next season. You can see Alexander Isak got 42 goals in just 40 games with 3 assists as well. He was great. So Maximan, as good as ever. But the rest of the team, there's not enough 7s in there. We definitely need to improve the squad. I got a couple of manager of the months. Isak was obviously the player of the season for us. Niakate was as well. Most goals in this season going to Isak with 42 was very good. Terrible discipline from Kieran Trippier, who really cost us. And so quite a few new records there. But generally, a pretty good season to come in 3rd place. So I'm pretty happy with that. I don't know what this screen is. Very difficult to make sense of that. But we'll just have a look quickly at those last 2 games, because that United game really was just so chaotic. And Ben Brereton Diaz got injured late on as well, but 2 men sent off in 27 minutes, and then they started to score the goals. Even when we were down to 10 men, they hadn't scored. They had to let 2 of them go off, and then they only got the 4th goal when Brereton Diaz got injured. So it wasn't great there. But then against Crystal Palace, we got back to normal with Isak and Niakate on the score sheet. And you can see there we finished 3 points above Man United, even though they beat us towards the end, of 5 points behind Man City. And I think the big challenge is going to be overhauling this squad. I want a new goalkeeper. I want a new right back. Might want a new left back as well. Definitely want another striker to back up Isaac. So there is a lot of change to come in the club. There could well be quite a few sales coming as well. Matt Targett is already gone. He's going to Celtic. I can't remember how much he was sold for. It's like 14 million or something like that. Manquillo will be leaving as well because he's out of contract. So there will be rotation here, players coming in, players going out. But we've got a huge budget to do that. 200 million, I can probably stretch that to $1 billion with the 48-month approach. So I'm really going to push a boat out and attack the league and Champions League next season. So if you would like to see that, do drop a like down below. Make sure to subscribe to the channel if you're new. But until next time, see ya.